What's up, guys? So Archeage Unchained News, they dropped us this big info that they're planning on giving out 300 diligence coins as a one-time "we're sorry, we fucked up" claim, and they're currently testing this right now. So they put this up today at 2:22 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Discord blew up immediately with like pay to win, essentially, because it's like, hey, I've got 6 accounts, I got 3 accounts, hey, I got 900 coins, I got 1,800 coins. Oh, this is 60,000 labor points. Kind of true, because yeah, you can buy that much labor recharges, but the labor points decrease every time that you use one during the day. So it starts off with 1,000, 975. So like theoretically, it's true, it's 60,000. But if you are just spamming those, you're not going to get the full 60,000. The biggest point of this is that there's going to be a lot of diligence coins running around, and people are like, oh, I'm going to buy new accounts, like claiming pay to win, but like, oh, I'm going to go buy, 10 more accounts right now because I'm going to get 300 diligence coins, and the stuff in the diligence shop is tradable. So that's where we're at right now. I don't know if they're going to action that because there's been a lot of feedback about that. But yeah, what are your feelings? 300 diligence coins supposedly on the way. In testing, we'll see. I think the ETA, they didn't give us an ETA, but on the live stream, it did sound like it's going to take about 2 weeks to get out this stuff. So we'll see how that goes. So it should be about a week now from getting out these diligence coins, if it's still the case. Hopefully it's sooner. I wouldn't want to see 300 diligence coins up front, though. I'd like it to be like spread out, but this is probably the easiest thing that they could do. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, my thoughts is like, this is bad. They definitely should have a cutoff of when the accounts have been created. The cutoff should have been October 27th or 26th. You should not be able to get these with any new accounts that's been created, especially after the announcement had been made. You don't want that to happen. You also don't want really these to go to the exploiters, but that's going to be almost impossible. I mean, there are ways they can check who exploited the past things, and that's a good suggestion that I've seen thrown around in the Discord, is that like, don't give them to the exploiters, which would be pretty easy to figure out. Okay, all the people that got banned, we're not giving you 300 diligence coins. Simple. Those people that got banned, suspended, don't give them diligence coins. Yes, even though they were just using in-game mechanics, this should essentially be like a catch-up mechanic for all the people that did not, cheat, quote unquote. Even though it wasn't really cheating, it was just using the systems that was broken and busted. So there are other ways that you could give it to everyone that's not over 4,000 gear score, and that they had to have an account that was already created before this announcement was made. Yes, I would piss off quite a few people that are over 4,000 gear score, but realistically, you already have the money for people that are playing the game. You already got their money, and if they're 4,000 plus gear score, they're pretty hardcore. They're most likely, you don't care if they drop it or not. If they drop it, whatever, you still got their 26 bucks. You still got their one-time fee. No big deal. The people over 4,000 gear score have progressed faster than intended. So again, this to me would be a catch-up mechanic, but I don't think they're going to do any of these things, guys, so you don't have to worry about it. But this is just me thinking and spitballing out ideas here. Another thing that I've seen that is really, really smart, actually, in the Discord, is that someone was like, make all of the Haram Tier 1 upgrades cost 1 copper. I was like, huh, that's actually a really good idea, because the big point that people are upset about is that the gear disparity already is pretty significant for those that exploited and that didn't exploit, or even if they didn't exploit, but they got the 55, they got free gold from the boss quest because the Broken Arc passed. Those people are already significantly ahead of others, and then that affects snowballs. People don't give a good argument for this, but the fact is, when you're ahead in a game like Archeage, it's snowballs. That's the argument that they need to make, but people just like whine and complain, like, oh, they cheated, blah, 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 like, I can't get ahead, like, they're fuckers, like, they played nonstop, they abuse the system, they don't get banned, like, they just whine and cry. Like, the argument is that the progression that they get is a snowball effect. So if you're ahead, you're going to get further ahead always. That's the correct argument that people need to be making. So having a catch-up mechanic like this would be good, but again, I don't feel like XL Games, Game Ago, Tryon is going to do this. as a catch-up mechanic. I think it's just a blanket like, hey, we're sorry we fucked up, here you go. You're going to see, if they give out this much coins, you're going to see a lot of pay-to-win comments coming very, very soon and around when they give out these coins, and people complaining like, oh, I got 6 accounts, I got 10 accounts, I got 9 accounts, I got 20 accounts. Like, people are going to make these statements, and they're already starting to make these statements. They're starting to say that they're going to go buy a bunch of accounts and just like, hey, thanks for the 300 diligence coins, thanks for the free 60,000 labor. Like, these comments are toxic to the community and toxic to the game, because as that info gets spread around the community, people are going to see this and be like, what the fuck? That's like, it's too much. That's unfair. Like, oh, you got 10 accounts and you got 300,000 labor points? How am I ever going to catch up to that? And that is just going to turn into the entire conversation. That's what's happening in Discord, is this conversation is evolving into a pay-to-win conversation about alt accounts. And there's nothing they can do about this. Alt accounts are in the game. Okay, going back to the beginning, they needed to, 1 character, 1 account, that's it. Nothing else. You only have 1 character, 1 account. If you want a second account, if you wanted that, it's not allowed, but you could do it. That would be the stance that you need to take in a game like Archeage. They did not. You cannot even allow alt characters on Archeage because of a lot of things that are shared labor. Like, if there was 1 account with 1 person, that would have prevented the whole Arc Pass Dwarf Abuse level 30 spamming account, making, another character on the same account getting tradable labor between your accounts, usable labor there, other items, etc. That would have prevented the whole dwarf exploit. We told them in the PTS that they needed to make the Arc Pass progress account bound. They did not do that. This was all feedback that was given in the PTS. We told them about the bows, the loots. We told them about the broken system where, like, it makes you repay to open up the quest for Guildstars. We told them about tons of things in the public test server, and they fixed a few things, but they didn't fix a lot. Like, there's a lot more broken. Arenas weren't broken in the public test server. Like, arenas worked. You could play arenas. Arenas are broken in North America, at least, which really sucks. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on the 300 diligence coins? Let me know in the comments down below what you think what they should do. How are you feeling about this? I do feel that this should be like the end. Like, once they do this, kind of like lock these servers, and in a month's time, release a new server on each region and start fresh. Once they've got the Arc Pass ironed out and they know what the hell they're doing with it, they know how it's supposed to be, not going to be exploited, etc., etc. It's tested, it's vetted, it's thoroughly vetted with the player community base. Release a new server for each EU and North America, and say that these servers will never ever be allowed to transfer into or out to, and these are, a pure version of Archeage Unchained. That's what I would do. That would get a lot of people to come back. And no matter what, if there is a 10,000 player queue, I would not release another server on top of that. EU, the problem is EU's population is very small. EU has like 5 servers, and one of them gets a queue. That's why they don't want to release another server in EU, is because there's not enough players over there, and they're already seeing a dwindling numbers of players. Because most of those servers had queues at some point. North America is still fine. North America is doing really well with, I think, the 6 servers that they have here. But they don't have a queue really on Jurgens. And Jurgen is still a pretty solid economy. Hasn't really been tainted by much. The dwarf level 30, Arc Pass, 100 of 100. It did affect it a little bit, but you can't really see the effects until about a month or 2 later, once people have used that labor to get further ahead in proficiencies and things like that. So it's not as clearly visible as the effect that you're going to see of the dwarf abuse until later on. Anyway, guys, that's a rant. That's it. Sorry for the rant there. News done. Take care. Talk to you guys later.